Hello and good day, Mike Adcock with an update on our tropical depression located over the Caroline Islands southeast of Guam. This briefing is based on the 9 Zulu Japan Meteorological Agency advisory from the 27th of February. Taking a look at satellite imagery, we still see that exposed low-level circulation associated with this system. A little bit of convection there on the northern side as the circulation spins kind of erratically there west of Chuuk at 9 Zulu or 7 p.m. local time. The center of circulation was estimated at about 415 kilometers west-northwest of Chuuk or 625 kilometers southeast of Guam. It is moving to the west, again, erratically. JMA is estimating wind speeds of 55 kilometers per hour, gusting up to 85, and our pressure 1,004 hectopascal. For Dvorak analyses, pretty similar thoughts across the board. 1.0 for final T on by all agencies. JMA a little bullish on the current intensity with that 1.5. I don't think that really is the case here. NESDIS and JTWC one across the board, and what they're looking at using the log 10 spiral, they're seeing that convection wrap about 2 to 3 tenths there, so that would yield a data T of 1.0. So about 20-25 knots is generally what you get based on this Dvorak analysis. Take a look across the western Pacific, though. You do see our tropical depression there southeast of Guam. Strong area of high pressure, though, to the north there, as indicated by the stratocumulus clouds, indicating that stable air mass. Do have a shear line, though, separating the two air masses, and this is just the tail end of a cold front that's moved off well across the east. One factor, though, that we will have to keep an eye on is this area of low pressure moving across southern Japan. What that's going to do is help erode the southwestern periphery of this high, and this is the surface analysis from JMA. It kind of illustrates this a little bit better. That low moving eastward, helping to erode this southwestern corner, which would, in theory, allow the tropical depression to start moving northwestward here in about 2 or 3 days. In the meantime, though, looking at this westward drift because of that high pressure off to the north, JMA going for, again, a slow westward drift. Pretty much the same forecast what we saw yesterday. In 24 hours, they do intensify this into a tropical storm with winds 65 kilometers per hour, gusting up to 95. The big difference here is the forward speed. Right now, JMA is only saying a slow drift. JTWC, on the other hand, they've lost a lot of confidence, at least in the forward motion of it, and a lot of that is due to this kind of a equatorward drift over the past few hours. Still, current intensity, though, per JTWC at about 30 to 35 kilometers per hour. Now here's the question. What is it going to do? There's a lot of uncertainty here. The system really hasn't developed. We're still seeing the same setup, same type of a system. There's not been a whole lot of development compared to yesterday. The models still are saying, and what we're seeing here is the track guidance of both GFS and the HWRF of this moving northwestward toward Guam. The National Weather Service in Guam, and as well as other meteorologists in the area, they're having a hard time buying it. And to be honest with you, I can definitely see that. This is I'm going to read you a little excerpt from the area forecast discussion from the National Weather Service in Guam. What they're saying is the models are in less agreement today on the future of this system, with future tracks trending somewhat to the east compared to what the earlier model runs were showing. GFS still brings this system to the Marianas on Monday and Tuesday, but now the UK Met keeps it west and then reverses course and takes it back to the east near Chuuk on Saturday night into Sunday. So because of such a disagreement in the guidance, National Weather Service has made no significant changes to the forecast other than postpone the scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms until Saturday. Pulling out the climatology books here on Guam, I can't really say that I can't say that I blame them. The system hasn't really developed, and until I see the system develop, I have a hard time believing the intensification. Matter of fact, I'll show you the intensity guidance where this system becomes a tropical storm and then a typhoon in about 3 or 4 days. Climatologically, March is the driest month on Guam, and it's in the middle of the dry season, so that is a little strange. It is the sunniest month for the island. It's the rainfall. You rarely see anything above 4 inches. So I'm kind of having a hard time buying the typhoon scenario. Not saying it's impossible. Definitely need to continue to monitor the progress of this storm. It's just a very puzzling scenario. Matter of fact, this is another little direct quote from this climatology book. Only on rare occasions does a tropical storm or typhoon affect Guam during March. There is an average of less than 1 March typhoon per year in the western Pacific. Most of these form or pass to the southwest of Guam, with a bare possibility that one may pass close enough to give Guam southwesterly winds. Normally winds remain east to northeast during any such passage. So, well, let's just pull up GFS and show you what's kind of going on. Near term, because of that strong area of high pressure, you're not going to see a whole lot of movement. It's going to continue dumping rain there over the Federated States of Micronesia. And then as we get toward the end of the weekend, the system starts moving northwest and impacts the island there early next week. Right now, looking at very strong winds, heavy rainfalls. Again, tropical storm is very possible. We do have to keep in mind, though, there is the possibility of a typhoon. Earlier I showed you a couple model runs, but looking at the entire suite of guidance, it is all over the place, so the track confidence is low. Regardless of where this system goes, though, the rainfall threat is there. And again, this is the GFS model, so it is going to favor an impact toward Guam. But watch, because of the slow forward motion with this system, the amount of rainfall that does accumulate over the next several days. The area in white there signifies rain totals over the next 5 days of over a foot, or about 300 millimeters of rainfall. Matter of fact, right now, based on this guidance, you're looking at rainfall totals approaching or exceeding 200 millimeters there in Guam. So something to keep an eye on. Not saying it's going to happen. We'll have to continue to monitor the progress of the storm, both where does it track and how much it does intensify, because that's going to be a large factor in how the models perform. That being said, let's take a look out there. Not a whole lot going on. Some rain right now over toward Guam. Breezy conditions. The winds have been kicking up some surf. Matter of fact, right now, National Weather Service does have a high surf advisory out, as well as a small craft advisory for the Mariana waters. And then, actually, fair conditions out toward Chuuk. Just cloudy out there. Some thunderstorms in the area. Right now, winds out of the southeast at 15 kilometers per hour. Notice the pressure there, 1,006.2. Pretty low, considering if we're looking at only 1,004 for our central pressure. So something we'll have to continue to monitor, though. Again, a lot of uncertainty with this system. There is the potential for this to be a significant impact for Micronesia as well as the Marianas. But there is a lot of uncertainty, though. So we'll continue to monitor this. Of course, keep in touch with us at westernpacificweather.com. We'll be updating you there, as well as on Twitter and Facebook. I'll also be posting on Twitter as well at Senior Pepper, and you can join in on the conversation over at storm2k.org. Thank you all for tuning in. Be safe out there. Have a great day, and take care.